All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ. This is going to be another, episode of Bible Talk. Now, I'm not sure if this is the third or fourth Bible Talk, but I will look, and you'll see it in the title. So anyway, first things first. Okay, just the other day, I got into I guess we could say a discussion with a brother in the comment section. I believe, let me see, what was the brother's name? I think it was Who Can Be Saved was the brother's name. And he was a what you call a preterist, which basically, for those who don't know what that means, basically they're of the belief that all prophecy in the Bible has been fulfilled. And, I should say this, I should give a distinction first, that there are certain sects of it. All right, or in other words, certain groups. Okay, some groups or some people believe they believe that there's what's what I'm looking for, that there's partial preterism and full preterism. Okay, which partial preterism basically means that most things, but not all things, have been fulfilled, and full preterism is the belief that all things have been fulfilled. And those guys teach that we're living in Christ's kingdom today, which clearly is asinine and utterly retarded. But nevertheless, I engage with them in a conversation, which if you've been paying, attention to the channel and uploads, you probably saw just the other day, probably yesterday or the day before, I uploaded a video of a discussion that me and the individual we had. Excuse that, there's an ambulam that's coming down the street, right? Somebody called an ambulam. Side joke. Anyway, I gauged with him, and he clearly, that brother got cut, right? Brother's on there saying that, so with all of the, homosexuality and all of the, may we say, the the robbery, the theft, the murder rate at all-time high, everything. So with all of this going on, he said, today we are living in Christ's kingdom. So how the hell can that be the case? How the hell can we be in Christ's kingdom if you have homosexuality at such a vast growing rate, even today? How the hell does that make logical sense? And the answer is it doesn't. But these guys are, they're just, maybe we use the word unreasonable. Okay, unreasonable with their word I'm looking for, with their reasoning and their logic. Right, these cats out here, excuse my language, they don't really know shit about a goddamn thing, and all they want to do is sit there and act like they're so smart. Now, cats on there telling me that Babylon the Great is the Vatican City. All right, and this individual saying that it's that it was Jerusalem, but yet Jerusalem's still standing today. So how the hell does that make any sense? Right, so that's, shows the may I say, the pure hypocrisy and self-contradictory within this individual's belief. Okay, so long story short, we went back and forth. He pretty much got his ass handed to him, which, no disrespect towards that brother, because I think he was very sincere with his reasoning. He just sadly is sincerely wrong. All right, he clearly just doesn't know what the hell he's talking about at the end of the day. Okay, that brother, got his ass cut 6 ways to Sunday with the scriptures. Okay, so, that's pretty much, I'll leave it at that with that individual. Preterism, that's a bunch of bull, man. Right, that's that's utterly retarded. That's pure bullshit right there, preterism. Right, all things certainly have not been fulfilled, and we are not living in Christ's kingdom as of today. That is a future prophecy that will be fulfilled in our lifetime, but as of today, it has not been fulfilled. Okay, another one. Let's see. Oh, you got Mind of God on there. That he's talking about that the mark of the beast is the Corolla Max. That is completely not true. That is completely untrue. Okay, now that is a prelude, for lack of better words. That is a prelude to the to the mark of the beast, was it is not the thing itself, if that makes sense. Okay, it's a prelude. Okay, as in it's a runner-up, if that makes sense. But it itself is not the mark of the beast. Okay, the mark of the beast is for the millionth time, it is the RFID microchip. Anybody saying otherwise does not know the scriptures. It's very simple to understand. Anyway, there's a whole lot going on, man. There's so much, that you can talk about. Another thing as well that we can touch on is the topic of what is it? Yeah, polygamy, which I touched on this, I think maybe in the last Bible talk or the one previous to it. And I just wanted to mention that, these cats on there talking about, back then it was okay for a man to have more than one wife. But today that's not okay. So I asked them to explain to me one verse, and that one verse is what Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. So if that hasn't happened yet, which clearly it hasn't happened yet, so what is the, interpretation of that? If we agree it has not happened yet, but it is not okay to be polygamous anymore, then doesn't that defeat the point of you making that statement? Because if it hasn't happened yet, and it's talking about man being with more than one woman, and the Lord being with that, well, if it hasn't happened yet, well, then that clearly shows that polygamy is okay in the eyes of the Lord then. And if it did happen, well, somebody got to explain to me what time period that was fulfilled in. And if one cannot do it, well, then clearly going off. It's that simple. I'm not going to, make this too long. But, there's a lot of, all these guys are going off, man. Okay, a lot of these guys out here that, that you see on these comment boards, man, talking a lot of, bullshit, man. All right, teaching nothing but a lot of, a foolishness is what it is, right? Another one as well we'll deal with, which I'm going all over the place here. But that's what this Bible talk is all about, right? It's an open platform, all right? Which, hey, who knows? Maybe in the future we'll even bring people on to have the Bible talk with, right? Because I know my boy Luke Matt would probably like to come on and talk about it. Maybe we'll even bring the one brother. What is that brother's name? Desan, I believe the brother's name is. And hey, brother Salakia, if I be pronouncing it wrong. I got, a lot of names I got to remember. So Salakia with that. I've never been a good person with names. Hey, trust me, it took me probably about 8 months in order to properly correct the apostles' names, right? The apostles of Great Millstone, which much respect is due to those men, right? Much respect is most certainly due to those apostles of Great Millstone. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be the video there for this episode of the Bible Talk. Anybody that has any, point of contention or topic you'd like to discuss, you're welcome to put it in the comment section down below. But anyway, with that being said, all praise to Yehovah Shem Yoshai, and I'm going to say shalom.